Attention, attention! You are now about to enter another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews as episode 113, part 3 of my Midway arcade ports review, Midway Acclaim arcade ports review and stuff to be exact. And I am Tony, and welcome back. And like usual, those of you who missed what happened in part 2, here's a TTBurger recap to show you what you missed. And I took a look at the PlayStation version of Mortal Kombat 3 and gave it a 9.5 out of 10. This comes very close to the arcade version, aside from the problems I had with the game and stuff like that. Actually the only one problem I had was the difficulty being a little bit unfair at times. But basically, it's a fantastic port and definitely worth picking up if you own a PlayStation stuff. But for today's episode, we're going to be going into the WWF WrestleMania era here of Midway arcade ports here. And we just went by Midway Acclaim here. And we got it right here. This is WrestleMania, WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. This is the PlayStation version here. And forgive me, I know my manual, my cover of my manual is a little bit bent and stuff. I apologize there. But here is WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game by Midway Acclaim. Released first in the arcade, then on the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega 32X, Sega Saturn, and of course the PlayStation version, which we're going to be looking at here. Now, this game here is basically Mortal Kombat meets WWF WrestleMania. It's more considered a fighting game with wrestling moves in it and stuff like that. I mean, it's nothing like how it is with how the WCW Nitro and WCW End of Thunder were like and stuff. But this game is what came up first, and they wanted to try something a little different here. I mean, this game is much different from most other wrestling games that were out back at the time and stuff like that, because you had a lot of those crappy LJN games and stuff on the Super Nintendo and Genesis and stuff, which we don't talk about those because I never really played an LJN game and stuff like that, because I didn't really own an NES or anything like that, or didn't have that many Super Nintendo games. But that's just me. But it may not be, but like I said here, this game is like Mortal Kombat meets WWF and stuff with wrestling moves and stuff. It may not be as popular as Mortal Kombat, but it holds its own purpose here and stuff, and it's a fantastic game. There's no story in this game at all. You just as soon as the opening credits show, you're into the character selection screen, and you can pick a wrestler and start. You only have 8 wrestlers to choose from, which is kind of off, considering how many characters there were in Mortal Kombat 3 and stuff with arcade ports and stuff, and you can't really unlock any new ones. You pretty much have 8 of them. You have wrestlers such as The Undertaker, Bret Hart, Lex Luger, and Shawn Michaels, and you also have Razor Ramon, Bam Bam Bigelow, Yokozuna, and Doink the Clown. And I'll be playing as 4 wrestlers from this game here. I'll be playing as The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and Lex Luger, because they were my favorite wrestlers out of the 8 of them and stuff. And let's get to the game here. And this game uses the digitized actor character sprites here, which at the time were starting to show its age a little bit, because 3D gaming was becoming a thing slowly but surely in like a year or two or so. But then again, they look great for its time, because they look great in Mortal Kombat, they look good in NBA Jam Tournament Edition and stuff, and that's basically just what it is. And the rings you wrestling look great, and of course you got Vince McMahon doing the commentary, and he just screams and shouts "Wow, what a ripoff! Tonight's matchup, The Undertaker versus Bam Bam Bigelow," or he's gets into it. He's Vince McMahon. He loves getting into it and stuff, because when he's doing the commentary, because he's wild, he's crazy, he's Vince McMahon. And yeah, I got a little look. It went a little overly crazy with the impression there, but still just some cheesy fun there with the commentary, and it's just really cool how even the Super Nintendo version and the Genesis versions have him do the commentary too. It doesn't have as much as the PlayStation version or Saturn version or the original arcade version and stuff there, but still, that's just me though. Now, this version has no music during the matches due to the space on the disc and stuff like that. And while you only have music in the character selection screen and stuff, but I personally think it's better with no music, because it makes it more intense and more realistic and stuff. And that's just basically me there. Now, this game is very challenging, and I am not good at this game at all. I mean, it's just, of course, the game does have a fair difficulty and a balanced difficulty as well, but it can be a little cheap at times depending on which mode you play here. You have 2 modes most to choose from here in WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game, Intercontinental Championship and World Wrestling Federation Championship. Intercontinental Championship is pretty much the easier mode for people who are new to this game and just want to do one-on-one wrestling and stuff. And and stuff, and like it's just prepared for the harder mode, World Wrestling Federation Championship, and it's like you have you have two wrestlers like ganging up on you, and it's very cheap. It also kind of reminds you of the endurance modes like Mortal Kombat Trilogy and like the other Mortal Kombat games and stuff too. And it is rewarding though because you get an ending for your wrestler when you beat it and stuff. And the one thing that makes this game very unique and stuff and different from other wrestling games is that each wrestler has a ton of special moves and throws, and it's just classic arcade fun, definitely. The problem is though there isn't much to the game aside from those two modes and stuff like that. So like it's just once you got into those two modes, there's not much to it. But you can go back to and play as another wrestler if you want. I mean, it does have replay value if you want to get better and better at the game. But I wish there were more modes to the game and stuff like that. And that's basically me. I mean, you of course you got 2 players and stuff, just like Mortal Kombat 3 and stuff, that multiplayer and stuff. So it's difficult to go back and play against a friend if you want to and stuff. But there isn't much else to say here. But like it's just if you're looking for a fun arcade port of like a cool wrestling game, WWF WrestleMania the arcade game is the way to go here. My final verdict goes like this: I will be taking some points off here because of like some of the things I had a problem with, like only 8 wrestlers, and then there's no unlockable wrestlers and stuff, and like the World Wrestling Federation Championship mode can be very cheap with 2 wrestlers ganging up on you and stuff, and such and such, and it can be a little bit unfair in that too. So the rating I'll be giving this is an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely at least the way to go and stuff like that and such, and it's just definitely there. Like it's got great controls and everything too. I didn't mention the controls, and it's definitely the way to go. And when it comes to these 3 games here, pick them up. I recommend you pick any of the games up. If you want basketball, pick NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Only comes in a long box and stuff. If you want a fighting game with blood, Mortal Kombat 3, the way to go. If you can find the long box, definitely the way to go. And if you want wrestling with some Mortal Kombat to it, pick up WrestleMania the arcade game because it's the way to go here. And you can find the long box version, it's only black label version aside from the Greatest Hits version. Definitely pick that, you'll not know what you're missing. And that's pretty much it for episode 113. And definitely pick these games up, like I said. And those of you who like what you see here, feel free to like the video, comment down below, and don't forget to join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United, because we're always looking for more people. And of course, subscribe, because we're always looking for more subscribers to join here as well. And of course, more people to join TTBurger Gamers United. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony, peace out, and have a great day, and stay tuned for more videos here on my channel.